Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Rolling Hot 5. I'm Rachel Schlarb alongside
Bree Rhodes.
And recently we have been getting so much music here towards the end of the semester, which is really sad unfortunately for us because I am graduating.
I know.
But hey, I'm still here and I'm really excited to talk to you about this music.
We're both really excited, so we're going to go ahead and kick it off with our first artist, Feed Your Head. And wow, I love her sound. At first I wasn't like, the cover art is a little scary, so I was kind of scared at first too. I was like, what am I gonna get from her? And I ended up really loving her sound. She has like this kind of softer sound, and it's really funny because on like the inside she has like this crazy mohawk. It's like huge, and she's kind of dressed like a punk princess is what I would call it. And I don't know, Tiger Lily is probably my favorite song on this album. And I don't know, there's just something that's very just chill about it. What do you think, Rachel? What are your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you. I think that album art is really scary in my opinion. But the thing that really gets me is that her voice is so nice compared to her album art. And we always say don't judge a book by its cover, but we always do. And I don't know, I think overall it's a really good album.
I think so too.
And I always say, I love piano music. Piano is one of my favorite instrumentals, just in anything. And so we have Gregory, Darling. And something that I always have to say is that I'm really big on the whole classic music, which he has that really smooth piano. And his voice just really matches the music. And you can tell that he produced this and wrote this all himself. You can just tell from just the way he speaks. I love him.
I really like it because he, like this isn't his first rodeo. Like when I was doing some research on him, he has several other albums that are out.
I love the album art.
I
really
do.
It's so simple, but it works so well.
It does, and he just like, I don't know, I kind of like the way he's just kind of like, ladies. I don't know, I think it works.
Yeah.
With him. It's just very good sounding music.
And I'm really excited for this to be a top 20.
I am too. Next up, we have one of my favorites, Ruben and the Dark. When I first saw this one is also kind of like a plain album. The only thing you see is like the arm raising out of the water, which actually makes sense because the album is called Arms of a Dream. So it's like, you know, it makes sense. But what I liked about it is the moment that I heard the songs, I immediately thought of a couple of my friends that are DJs on staff. Because I'm like, they'll love this song. They'll love this album. And I mean, I love the album. It just kind of has this, I guess like kind of like pop rock kind of sound to it a little bit, but kind of more like, I guess one would maybe say Bastille, 21 Pilots kind of sound-ish, but not. I'm really bad at describing. What would you say, Rachel?
I think you're exactly right. It has that tone of 21 Pilots and Bastille. It's pretty much a mixture of what you would consider recent hits, I would say.
Yeah, very much
It
so.
falls into that category of just going with the flow, I want to say.
Yeah, and it's like, and he has different styles. He has his slow songs, he has his upbeat.
Yeah.
So he has a little bit of everything for every occasion, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
I think my favorite part is the album art, just because the hidden meaning behind the arm coming out of the water, it just makes you feel good. Just the whole hidden meaning behind it. So I think overall our DJs are really going to love it. We've had so many positive feedbacks on it, so I'm really excited for this one to also be a top 20 as well. And speaking of another one of our DJ favorites right now in the studio, this is Dailey. And something about him is that he is the same of the whole, I don't want to say jazz, but the whole instrumental type vibe like Gregory, Darling. And I have to say, his voice really matches his album art. His album art is really colorful, very bright, very authentic. And his voice just kind of matches with that like nice, pretty, like soothing type of voice, goes with the flow.
Very much so. He does kind of go with the rest of our jazz artists, but at the same time though, he makes his own staple on the music too. He kind of, like he adds, like there's like a lot of piano in there, which is kind of fun just because it's like...
Which is my favorite instrumental, that and the violin, but piano is one of them.
Piano, it was very nice to hear kind of, it's also kind of weird because like two piano albums in like around the same time, which is just really funny.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have Ivory Tower Project. Now, Ivory Tower Project is kind of like kind of like Ruben and the Dark, because they have that kind of sound, but a little bit more spacey themed, and it's not even like, just like the band and the cover are the spacey theme, but it kind of covers topics, I guess, kind of throughout the ages. Like one of the songs is Et tu Brute, or You Too Brutus, like, you know, like Caesar and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And I don't know, I really like their sound. They have this nice rock sound that I think is really good. And also, by now, if you've seen the show enough, you know I'm a sucker for anyone with good sound, good production value, all that jazz. And they have got it. And I love it. Wouldn't you say, Rachel?
I 100% agree with Brie. I love the sound, love the music, very great quality of music. The thing that got me though, the album art actually freaked me out. And I'm not sure what it is. I love things that are either very plain or very elaborate. I can't have anything in between. And something just about the ship and all the colors, I'm just like, oh, this is weird.
It also looks like the ship is like crashing down to this planet. And so maybe that like kind of gives like a weird anxiety in a way, I guess would be.
But whenever I listen to the album, it's great. Absolutely love it. But that is all we have for this episode of the Rolling Hot 5. So make sure to tune into with WMCO 90.7 every Tuesday and Friday at 9 and 2. So you can hear Brie and I, because we go a little bit more in depth on the music we get here in the studio.
That we do, Rachel. And you can also check us out on orbitmediaonline.com underneath the WMCO Music tab. There you can find out all of the latest about our artists, as well as where our DJs are and what to listen to.
And you can also check us out on Twitter, Orbit907 Music. We would love to hear from you, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Rachel Schlarb.
And I'm Brie Rhodes.